Good morning. Are you there?
I
Is this
am here.
Captain Ron I'm
Look, I
talking
mean,
to?
it is a glorious day. Had a
Yes.
little extra rest than I wasn't supposed to get, but it's
Probably
here
you probably went
now.
into hibernation mode because I think we're at a temperature now where it'll be really lucky for all of us if we stay awake.
Yeah, it's going to
Being
be
that
brutal
it's
this weekend.
I woke up, it was 3 degrees this morning here. I don't know where you're going, what's going on over there because you're closer
Yeah,
to the water,
it's
right?
it's pretty much the same
Yeah.
everywhere. What is it? A degree or more?
What's the
I
difference,
don't know.
right? Right. So yeah, and I was sitting here looking at all the beautiful faces we have on our little opening thing. We got a
Yeah,
lot of community going on there.
yeah. You're also going to add another person coming.
Are we?
Hopefully next week.
That's good. That's good. I did
Britt.
not know that.
Yeah, she's gonna come in on Tuesday, hopefully this week.
Okay.
You know, so very
2026.
fun.
Toss in
Nice,
another person.
nice lady. Yeah.
So how's it going, Ron? Any exciting news? Any exciting events in your
Getting
life?
ready for the Patriots tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm
You
not
know,
probably gonna. We'll see if I watch it or not. I'm working all weekend, but we'll see.
oh, I'm gonna be watching.
But
Well,
I'm
unless
being
we lose
supportive.
power,
You what?
we
Oh,
could lose power. That
um,
would be brutal if we lost power during that. Oh my god,
it would be
I would
brutal if
be
we
so
lose
mad.
power for a lot of reasons, not just the fact that we can't see the Patriots team. We may
Oh no,
all
that would
freeze
be
to
the
death.
reason.
On top of that, heat
This
would be
is
good.
true. This would be true. Well,
Survival and heat.
I'm gonna crank up the heat, you
Hmm.
know, today and get it nice and toasty in here, and then, if it shuts off, if power goes, then I'm gonna be okay for a couple of days. Couple of days.
Really, like a couple of
Yeah,
whole days? You think?
yeah,
I think it's a couple of hours, but you're
yeah.
you must have one heck of a bunch of insulation in that house.
Well, it's more of the fact that if it goes down even into the 50s,
Hmm.
I'll be okay inside
Right.
the house. You
Right.
know,
I
I
think
have a
it'll be
nice
fine
little.
because it's gonna be well, I don't know. It's not even gonna hit 15 degrees today.
No.
But I think tomorrow is gonna be in the 20s, and so we're gonna have pretty fluffy snow because we're having. If anybody is aware,
Fluffy!
there's this whole yeah, there's this whole countrywide, especially the eastern half of the
Oh, yeah,
country is
everybody.
getting walloped
It's
here.
like 1 to 2 feet everywhere.
Hmm. Well, everywhere in our area, of course. If you're in the Midwest, you're going to be dealing with a lot of
Well,
ice, and
yeah,
they're
no,
getting that right now. But
yeah,
yeah, we're not going to get heavy snow because we're not going to be. It's not going to be that warm. We're
right.
going to be dealing with fluffy stuff.
Yeah, it's
We're going to
okay.
get our leaf blowers out and
Yeah,
just.
I just love the chaos that comes with it. I love it.
I do too. I do too.
I
But you
do. Like,
know,
everybody panics like they're gonna be in their house for the next decade.
but listen, the blizzard of '78 left quite the drama. It left a lot of
Yes, it did.
trauma. I was a kid, so I didn't. I was totally blissfully unaware of the trauma and just making igloos and playing outside for
Yeah.
8 hours a day. But the adults was
I still
pretty
went to
brutal.
school that day.
Well, I don't.
I did.
I probably did. I probably did, but I don't remember. I do know for the people that were older than I am that went to school and how bad it was trying to get out of there because it was falling like over an inch an hour. So
Yeah,
even people that were driving were just like they were actually getting obstructed
but
trying to just drive. Right,
the forecast was just snow squalls. That was the
right,
forecast.
right.
Snow squalls today,
Yeah,
you know? Eh.
and then
And
it
then it
just
started
sat.
snowing, and it kept snowing and snowing and snowing, and I was in school, I think it was for, like, an hour and a half, and they
Yeah,
sent us.
I was gonna say it must have been early that we got let out because
Yeah,
it was coming down like ridiculous.
yeah, they sent
Um,
us home, and I got home, and I'm walking, to my house, and my dad was brushing off the snow from the car, and he's like, "Get in, we're going to the store. Gotta get bread and milk."
Listen,
It's not a
so
lie. It is not.
no, it isn't. that must have coincidence. But here's what happened in the '78 blizzard. Bread and food trucks were not able to get into the cities to get
Right.
the store stocked.
Yeah.
So there's a big look. If you're from New England, there's this long running joke. Better get your bread and milk. Better get your bread and milk. And I don't know
Yeah.
what people say. Got to make French toast or whatever the case may be. But those are the two items in 1978 that people could not get because
Yeah.
those things were on trucks and they could not get into stores
Good old
and
days.
stock them. So
The good old days.
I mean, so like I
You
said, when I
know?
was a kid, it's actually like hilarious how oblivious I was to everything. As I
Yeah.
got older, I was like, wow, like all this nonsense was going on. Meanwhile, my friends and I were just like, oh, we've got to change our gloves out because these are wet. That was like the most exciting thing for us. We were
Yeah.
outside all day long, and the snow was so high it was over our heads. So we were just. I have a picture I posted not long ago of those. Remember those plastic block
Yeah.
brick makers? We had
Of
just
course.
gotten those things for Christmas, like a couple months
Yes.
before.
Yes.
So we were like, "Oh, this is perfect." So all we did was take these
Like
things and made
snowflakes.
like metropolises outside. We made
Yes.
igloos, we made tunnels.
Yeah,
We
we
just
made like this massive fort.
we did. Like we literally like we made I don't know how to explain to people that for us to walk, we actually made tunnels to walk through to get up and down streets and all that because it was over our heads and we weren't going to be able to do it any other way. We burrowed these huge sub tunnels all over. I lived in an apartment complex, so we made those things and they look like arches
Yeah.
because but it was an arch that went on for like blocks and we would walk under them. You know what I mean? Because you know,
It was a good time. It
it
was a
really was
good
if you were a
time.
kid. It was a great time if you were a kid. As an adult, I hear it was not fun. I mean, I have friends that have parents that were locked, like were stranded on their jobs in places.
Yeah.
You know, they were, breaking into candy machines and,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff because nothing was open. And so some of them had to be at work for like 3 and 4 days, hunkered down because they couldn't get out of there. Once the city went crazy and realized it was going to be bad, there was a panic, and then everybody started driving at once. And if you see the pictures of the blizzard of
Yep.
'78,
Of the
you'll
highway.
see 95 in Massachusetts and Rhode Island everywhere. There were cars literally just on the highway that people had to just get out of them
Abandoned.
and leave because they couldn't get anywhere. Not only was
Yeah.
was the traffic bad, but the snow was so bad that it buried a lot of cars. It's crazy, but yeah,
It was an insane time if
it
you were an
was.
adult.
Yes.
Fantastic if you're a kid.
Yes. Because you were just like, I don't know. You were yelling at your parents, like, hey, what's to eat? That's pretty much all we did. And when you think about it, I mean, we didn't know any better. We were kids, and it's not our fault, but it was pretty insensitive of us
Yeah,
as
we
kids.
would
Like,
go outside,
yeah,
and after a couple of hours, we would go in, have some hot chocolate, have something
yep,
to eat.
soup.
My mom was brilliant though,
Yeah.
because I gotta give it to her because she was prepared for everything.
My mother
So
was too. Yeah.
yeah, so we didn't have to go. We didn't run out of any food because it was there.
Yeah.
My mom was fantastic planner forever.
Right. I mean, I come from a military family, so that'll tell you.
So you know.
But my mom went out she was a single mother and she had me. So, I was telling somebody this the other day. Every Saturday morning, I was a really late sleeper. Like I was groggy. I didn't get up till like 9 or 10. I was rubbing my eyes watching cartoons. So if you were an early riser, you could get like so much done before I even woke up. So my mother
Yeah,
would do that. She would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do laundry and do groceries and
that's
do
my mom.
clean the house. And by the time I got
Yep.
up at like 9 or 10, everything was done because it was so much easier without me running around to get that stuff accomplished. She would leave me at home at 5 or 6 years old and go to the grocery store. That maybe wasn't
Yeah,
good,
I don't know.
but I didn't wake up, right? So
I don't know how my mom did it, Lena, because
yeah,
there was 3 of us kids,
wow, yeah, that's crazy.
and I mean, to be honest, I was the good kid.
Oh, sure you are.
Not gonna say, yeah, I was the middle child,
Uh huh.
and I didn't say boo to anybody.
Okay.
It would be the only thing she had a beef with me is I I always had crap all over the place, you
Oh yeah,
know, toys and
you were.
junk
Uh,
and whatever it is
yeah.
all over the place. That would be the one thing, right? But it was my sisters that would always be in trouble, you know. Yeah, my younger sister
Yeah.
was the one that was just bouncing off walls. I mean,
Yeah.
she so like your mom, she
Hmm.
had to do everything early because then she had to juggle us. you know?
Right. And were you guys like really far apart? Because the oldest typically would step in and start helping with the younger
Oh no, she was the
siblings.
most irresponsible person of all.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that
My
wasn't
older
probably
sister
wasn't
didn't
helpful.
have any responsibilities whatsoever. She would
Okay.
not help, lift she wouldn't lift a finger.
Okay. Like, see,
Just doesn't do anything.
I was like at in a very young age, and again, I'm going to write a book about all this, right? But I a lot of us stepped in and picked up. Are you making a face, Ron? Because what's the
Yeah,
you
because
okay?
it was like you were robot Lana.
Oh, sorry, I
I
can't.
think we had like a surge in the connection or something. I don't know.
It could have been.
But go
I
ahead.
mean, it is very cold out right now, and I don't know. My internet working is it could be affected. I don't know. So
Could be mine too.
you guys might
Who
hear
knows?
Robot Lena on the air, but anyway, so it is Saturday, January 24th, 2026, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. We want to roll into it.
Yeah, let's
Here's
do
what
it.
we
Let's
want
do
you to
it.
know this Saturday morning, and get your hot
Oh,
coffee. And if you're in New England, you can't go anywhere anyway.
we need Ira
Not
to
really.
come back soon.
We do. So, AWOL Museum artifacts. I found a few interesting stories of men who hoarded museum items
Oh.
that they should not have had. And I thought they were pretty interesting.
Uh-oh. So
The
the
first,
artifacts are the ones that are AWOL.
yes, the
Okay.
artifacts were AWOL, or they're not anymore, but they were. So there's a first guy by the name of Don C. Miller. Right, he was born. He was born in 23. That he died in 2015. 1923. Sorry, he was born, and he was an American engineer and an artifact collector from Rush County, Indiana. So Miller led a long career in electrical engineering, but he was most well known for his sizable and controversial private collection of artifacts.
Oh.
In 2014, an investigation of his collection by the Federal Bureau of Investigation resulted in the
Uh-oh.
largest single recovery of cultural property in FBI history.
Dang. Jesus.
Right? So the investigation started almost 11 years ago. Actually, it would be 12 now because this story is from 2025. In April of 2014, Indiana farmer Don Miller's home was raided by the FBI's art crime team. And I thought that was interesting. I mean, I'm
Wait a
sure
minute.
they
They have
have
an
an art
art
crime
crime
team, but I had never heard of that. But it
art
makes
crime
sense,
team?
right? Because there's going to be like federal people that are
Sure.
protecting things like that,
Oh,
right? So,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
so he had over 42,000 illegally obtained historical artifacts in his house.
What?
Okay.
What?
So he had a large
Really?
farmhouse and a huge bunch of land, right? And he made it into a makeshift
Yeah.
museum that he would let local school kids and local Boy Scouts go through.
Oh, boy.
All of his items, from small Native American arrowheads to a full size terracotta warrior on his front porch, were obtained through
Yeah, that's
illegal
not
means.
noticeable.
I know. So I mean, he's in rural Indiana, right? So think about it. Probably like who way out there, and back in that day, right? In the early
50
aughts, and
people
even
in the
like in the
town?
late, somebody probably was like, "Oh, that weird dude," whatever. Like probably nobody thought anything of it, and they just thought he was odd. And the
Yeah.
kids, I'm sure, thought he was fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but it's kind of like you have to think about it for a minute. And go, where is he getting this stuff from, right? So where was I? Because I get into a side thing, and then I have to get
About
back to
the
where I am.
raid.
So half of the artifacts collected, they were of Native American origin, right? 2,000 of them were human remains,
Ew.
right? If you read that, if you read again, or you think about that, that's
Ooh,
gross. Human
that
remains,
is gross.
bones. He had collected 2,000 bones from over 500 different Native people.
Oh, my God. Anybody famous?
These were real bones. No, I don't think so. I don't know. uh, I don't know. How many Native American people do we know that are famous, with the exception of people that
Geronimo?
we didn't? I don't know. Yeah, I know that they had to. They're probably still going through this stuff. because there was so much stuff they found that they probably haven't even categorized this stuff and gotten it like
This
organized
is
and put somewhere
craziness.
yet, right? So yeah, it's crazy. Some of them he had glued together to make a full skeleton that agents found in a display case. Some of them were on display. But the rest were tossed in black trash bags and hidden in the fallout shelter of his house. I don't know, weird.
Oh, that's gross.
He had over
Could you
300
imagine
artifacts.
walking into that place?
I know. And I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's I gotta tell you, people are so weird. You just don't know until they die
Yeah.
what they've been doing. I don't know. So I can't even imagine why somebody. I guess some people have like these obsessions with like hoarding things that I don't know. I'm not sure, but anyway, he had 300 artifacts from China, over 300 artifacts from China. These artifacts included, but were not limited to, Ming Dynasty jade pieces.
Oh my God.
These artifacts were returned to Chinese delegates to be shipped back to China shortly after the home was raided. What's even more interesting, he was known for his help with the Manhattan Project during World War II. So this guy was all over the place. He had
Oh
used
my
his
God.
free time when he was. What was that? I'm sorry.
I just picture him having like plutonium there.
Yeah,
And
he
all the kids,
probably
oh,
did.
look at the green rocks.
I mean, so it's
I'm
just
just
crazy.
assuming that it's green. I don't know. It's not like I have a stash of plutonium myself.
No, but of course I'm thinking of Back to the Future now. But no.
Exactly. That's what I thought
So
of.
when he had used his free time when he was working with the Manhattan Project to go to archaeological digs. So he also went on several missionary trips with his wife Sue. And of course, this makes you think, how old was this guy? Well, when he died, at the time of the raid, he was 91. So that's how
Oh,
long he got away with that.
wow.
He had been taking artifacts from digs and buying them off of looters since 1945. He passed away a year later in 2015, and they still haven't fully finished going through all of his artifacts they found in his home, which means he was never charged or arrested before he passed. But there was so much
Smart guy.
nonsense that I guess, but they've got to still be going through all that. I mean, that was a
He
year
got
ago that this
away
article
with
was written.
all of this too.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
like
And I don't know if he like charged people to go to this museum.
I don't
I
know.
would imagine he probably did.
He probably did. He probably did. Oh, I don't know. Or I'm not sure because it's almost like if you were thinking about it, either maybe he thought nobody would care, or nobody in Indiana would really understand it. So
Yeah.
but it's kind of like he could have totally outed himself for like years doing stuff like that, like if the wrong person got wind of it. So
It's
I'm surprised he got
incredible.
away with it as long as he
I mean, it
did.
would be pretty neat to go and see all the stuff that he had,
Right.
except the stench was probably pretty bad, but
I know. I mean, I know he had bones, so I don't know how. I don't know. But he's not the only one. So the guy by the name of Howard Carter, right? Here's his hoard. Howard Carter died in 1939, and he was born in 1873.
oh
He was a
my
British
gosh.
archaeologist. He discovered the tomb of King Tutankhamun, right? King Tut.
Oh, remember that song?
This is a very new story, by the way. This is probably maybe a week old that they're discovering. Yes, King Tut by Steve Martin. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, he's been gone forever. But they're just realizing, based on some notes and documents and stuff that they found, that he stole from all of that. He stole from all of that Egyptian stuff that he was right.
Not supposed to have it.
So he was born May 9th, 1874 in Kensington, London. He died March 2nd, 1939 in London. He was a British archaeologist. He made one of the richest and most celebrated contributions to Egyptology, the discovery in 1922 of the largely intact tomb of King Tut. He had priceless ancient Egyptian artifacts, and they found like there's a point where they were stolen from the tomb of King Tut. The bombshell new documentary that has claimed fresh evidence has emerged suggesting that Howard Carter stole treasures from the pharaoh's resting place, which I mean, I don't know. To me, it's quite obvious because he's the one in there. He unearthed the 3,300-year-old burial chamber in Egypt's Valley of the Kings in November 1922. You know, it's there's a something to be said for like leaving stuff alone anyway when you find it. There's just stuff.
Right.
I mean, they buried them because that's what they wanted them. I've never. Uh, I understand we want to. It's good to study history and understand history, but I don't think we should be pulling bodies out of Egypt and sending them to museums and sending them on tours. That never made. I never liked that. But
Right. It's like it's a cemetery.
yes,
You're gonna
it's
go dig up the bodies and put them in a museum?
like years from now. Who's to say that somebody from I don't know some European country doesn't come over to the U.S. in 2,000 years? And I mean, we're not burying people where they can't be found. So it's a different story. I think with King Tut, they were trying to obscure the body and put it somewhere where they did not want it to be. They want it to be not disturbed.
Well, it's like Danny missing his Becky
Mm.
for like 60 years, and at 90 he decides I'm gonna go dig up her body and put it in a
Well,
museum.
right. I mean,
You
so I
know?
mean, it's just kind of
Bye, Becky.
disrespectful. I always thought that it was disrespectful. Like, leave them alone. Like, it's okay to study artifacts of somebody and how they lived and that kind of thing. But when they buried someone intentionally and wanted them to be there, I just thought it was wrong. But anyway, um,
Yeah,
so
it
this
is.
discovery ranks among the most significant and certainly most famous finds in archaeological history. But suspicions that Carter removed items before the Pharaoh's vault was officially unsealed have persisted for decades. Right? People didn't know for sure. Concrete proof had remained elusive until now. There's a
Mhm.
documentary. This is a British article I'm reading this from. This documentary revealed previously unpublished correspondence for the first time on screen. And it features Egyptian heritage specialist Sally Al Sabahi examining letters that appear to confirm longstanding rumors about his conduct. The documentary centers on a 1934 letter sent to Carter by Sir Alan Gardner, who was a philologist. That's a good word. Who worked on the excavation team that's translating hieroglyphics. And Carter
Okay.
had been given Gardner a wemulet used for offerings for the dead, insisting it did not originate from the tomb. And Gardner subsequently showed the piece to Rex Engelbach, who cataloged artifacts at Cairo's Egyptian Museum. And Engelbach's inspection concluded that the amulet, matched other items from the tomb, all cast from an identical mold. And so they pretty much realized it was from the tomb that Howard Carter
Yeah.
said it was not from.
I mean, are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, but they were. Well, I don't think they were either. But they need. I mean, you need something to connect it. You need some kind of proof, right? They want to make
Yeah.
sure. Although everybody's been dead for so long, I'm not sure if it matters. But I guess historically, it's fair to make sure we get it right. So
Yeah.
uh, that's enough for them to say, yeah, that's definitely part of that whole archaeological find, and he stole from
Mm,
that
mm.
tomb. But I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
mean,
was crazy.
you want people to be honorable,
Right.
and moral.
Yes. Wouldn't that
But
be nice?
soon as there's something of value,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Like,
that's
and
too bad.
I've never been in that situation. Like, if you can try to mentally put yourself in that situation where this is the guy you are and this is the thing you do, right? You're trying
Right,
to,
right.
and you get there and you discover this, right? First of all, you have like a heart attack. Like, I can't believe this is happening. But if you're that type of a guy, I don't know, do you say, hey, who's going to know? Who, I'm in here, I found it. Or are you entitled? Do you feel like I found this and I have every right to do this? I
Yeah,
mean, he
it's
hid it
tough
from
because
people,
you
so
don't
he
have a
knew it
right.
was wrong.
Yeah,
No, but a lot of humans have entitlement, and entitlement
yeah,
is interesting, especially
yeah,
when you're an archaeologist and you feel like this is my job, this is what I do. I'm documenting history. Do you feel like even disturbing a grave is disrespectful? You probably don't. You probably feel like, well, we need to
yeah,
know. So anyway, I thought those two things were
yeah.
interesting, and being that
They
our
are.
our
That
our
is
topic is museums
crazy.
today, I was like, I'll be as morose as I usually am and come up with. But
That is
that's cool to imagine
crazy.
somebody dying in 1939 and like, you know, how long ago was that? And recently you find out,
I mean,
oh, here's some stuff.
it's like 50 years goes by in a hurry.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
So
mean, you just think, today in modern times, what was it like just in, you know, the 30s or
I
the
know.
20s?
I
And
know.
then you just go
Well, I
back to
think we're gonna find out because I
1800,
feel like
and
we're in a
it's like,
100-year
whoa.
we're in a 100-year
God.
cycle, so I feel like we're gonna find out, like, firsthand,
Yeah.
you
It's
know.
crazy. There's a lot of things from like the early 1900s that are just so amazing
Right.
and interesting. And we're at that point now where, wow, I mean, in what, 15 years, 14 years, the 50s are going to be 100 years old.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That's crazy. When I was growing up, it's funny because a lot of the stuff that a lot of the movies we watched growing up were based on, I would say, the 60s and the 50s because it was like it had just happened. When you don't think
Yeah,
about that as a kid in the 70s, that all the 50s, all the movies I mean, I could use Grease as an example. That's the most obvious one, but
exactly.
there's also um, just the movies that were happening at that time in the 70s, the early 70s. When you look back at them now, they look extremely classic. It almost looks like, wow, this was. I was a kid growing up in an era where, like, technically the 50s were like 10 years before that, or 15 years
Yeah,
before.
because
Like, it was like, right, it had just happened. This is funny.
you look at the 70s and 80s movies and TV shows, they're all talking about, things that happened in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah,
Like All the President's Men, with the
yeah,
Watergate thing.
right. I mean,
It's that
yeah,
cycle.
right. Yeah, it's crazy, and we're
So
gonna. I don't know.
go through
I'm
it
one of
again.
those weird people that's like, I think every 100 years we're gonna go do this. We're gonna go through the same thing because I don't think humans learn anything from anything. So now we've already gone through the Spanish flu, which was pretty much almost right on the money to the
Yeah.
20s to the 2020 pandemic. What was the Spanish flu? 1918.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty
Yeah.
close, and I'm like, well, at least those people, at least we have, like, internet, and there's different things we could do. So, but back then they all had to quarantine. It was the same thing. Right? I don't I
Yeah.
actually believe, yeah.
And they had less to do, but they filled up their time
Yes.
with whatever it was for that time,
Family or
right?
writing or whatever. They
Being
made it work.
outside.
But we couldn't do that. We couldn't do that. And then I also believe Thomas Edison is just I believe that Elon Musk is just Thomas Edison 2.0. I really do. Because Thomas Edison never
Could
really
be, actually.
invented
You got
anything, and
something there.
Thomas Edison did it. He patented a bunch of stuff he didn't own and tried to sell it, and that's kind of looking the same. So,
But
things like
Elon
that.
Musk does. I mean,
Musk didn't invent much of anything. He took a lot of stuff and
no,
patented it. Yeah, see what I mean?
he just takes it to extreme.
Well, so did Edison. I mean, when you look back at Edison's
Well, that's what I'm
history,
saying. He took it to extreme, the
right?
ideas
Like,
and,
Tesla wanted us to have electricity, like, as like a resource. He did not want it to be a commercial sale thing. He wanted
right.
all of the world to have electricity, like, as for free. Like,
Yeah.
and Edison, well,
Like everything's
that's
supposed to be.
right. And Edison, well, that's what there's no fun
And
in
then
that. Let's make sure everybody pays for
the
it.
you get
So,
the upper echelon of people, and they
yeah,
profit from all the things that should be basic.
right. Basic human rights. Well, electricity, I don't know if it was a right, but I know it was a point in time where that was an actual conversation, and
Yeah.
Tesla lost that conversation. Now, Tesla married pigeons, but the that's not really what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Okay. It was
Anyway.
weird, but who cares? Okay. So we're gonna start by giving you a list of where to find us right now.
Yes.
You are watching us live. This is a video, right? That's live. We are on Kick. We are on YouTube. We are on Rumble under at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You nod unless I say something wrong there, Ron. We are on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. We are on X or Twitter live, whatever you want to call it,
Yep.
at broadcasting RI.
All
And
easy.
then is it all easy? And then you can listen to us if you don't want to look at us, which I'm not sure why you wouldn't want to look at us, but that's
I don't
okay.
know.
Maybe you're driving, maybe you're doing something else, and you want to just listen. We are on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and we're under all of those at RI Broadcasting. Whew.
You know.
Yes,
I added Amazon on there. It's now available on Amazon Music.
it is. Where is it? I'm looking.
Um, I think it might be Rhode Island Broadcasting.
Right, but did you put it on here?
Should be on there.
Oh, in the graphics?
Oh
Okay.
no, not on the graphics. I just added it yesterday to Amazon.
Oh, so we're on Amazon. Okay. I'm going to add that to my little list here.
Yeah.
And then we're on social media. MeWe,
Yeah.
TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Parlor, Space Hey, and
Hey,
Gab at Rhode Island Broadcasting is how you find us on all of those. And then on Twitter/X at Broadcasting RI. But of course, that's how you would see us live as well. And we're on Patreon at RI Broadcasting. And that would be where you would want to go to buy
get merch,
merchandise.
which I don't have my mug today because I was running so late. I couldn't even make my hot chocolate or tea.
I have to
Couldn't
get
do
a mug, so I'm gonna have to make arrangements with you to get a mug. That way,
Yeah.
like, because I feel like I'm left out when I see other people that have it.
It's
You
only
know?
Sharon that has one.
Oh, it's only Sharon. Okay.
Yeah, it's only Sharon.
Okay, so it's just you and Sharon, and then had I
Yeah.
ventured into anybody else, I would have realized I was not
The
alone.
problem
and
I'm
not having it.
having with Patreon is I'm not getting the notices.
Okay.
So that's not a good thing. I gotta figure it out. I'm in the process of trying to transfer everything over to our store on the website.
Okay.
So there are
And
stuff there that's available on the website.
what
So
notices aren't you getting? Just like that
um
somebody was there, or that
that
somebody bought
somebody
something.
I'm not
Okay.
getting any notices from it.
Okay. So how are
So
they people buying things? Are they getting the things they're
um
buying? Is that what's going on?
well, when they do, I have to keep checking it and
Okay.
going on there. So every couple of days I go on and check it out and
Okay.
take care of anything that has to get shipped and stuff like
You're on
that. So
top of it, Ron,
I'm
is what
trying
you're
to be on
saying.
top of it as best as I can. Trying.
Follow us on Facebook at Going On Daily Morning Show.
Yes.
Like, share. Because
Muy
we
importante.
need a lot of people on that because we lost quite a bit.
10,000 fans out the window.
Yeah. And then our website is RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. And you can buy us a coffee at RIBroadcast.
Yeah.
Did I catch everything?
I think you did.
Oh,
All you
I
have to do is
didn't
just
bring
tell
in.
them
Right.
the votes.
Yes, that's the only thing I had to do. And so there's a little QR code there in the middle of the screen between me and Ron. You click on that, it takes you directly there. But right now there is a poll on the website for the best movie from the 60s. Best 60s movie.
Yeah.
Out of the top 5 that you see there.
And it's
Sound,
for our Going On Daily Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
You know, because we have this. What made me do it is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame always gets it wrong.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Baseball Hall of Fame always gets it wrong.
Right. Right.
So we decided to take it upon ourselves to induct into our Hall of Fame, basically making the wrongs right. And
Okay.
so
And making sure that our
one
listeners and viewers have a vote. They have a say.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So right now, I believe The Great Escape is up by 1 vote over Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins is.
Mary Poppins is.
Yeah, it's like Bilbo Baggins is from Lord of the Rings.
That's the second. I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Oh my
yeah.
god! Oh!
I don't do fantasy. I just don't do it. I'm very bored by that stuff. I can't do it. There's a few things I don't. I'm a nerd, but there's a few things I just cannot do. Science fiction and fantasy are the 2 things I just cannot stomach. I can't take it.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
so
lucky.
I'm guessing
Yes.
you like Psycho and all of this.
I do. I like
That's what I
Sound of
voted
Music
for.
because of the history of it. I like Sound of Music, and I don't know that Space Odyssey is just tough for me. I can't.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
honestly
care
never
for
really
it
got
either.
through the whole thing because it's I just
I
can't.
didn't.
I don't know, and I've never even seen The Great Escape. Don't even know what it's about. I've never seen it.
Great Escape is awesome.
Right. It's probably.
But I voted for
I believe you.
Psycho. I mean,
Yeah.
so who you gonna vote for?
I would have to go with, and it's tough between Sound of Music and Psycho because they're both really good music movies for a very good reason. But I love Psycho, so I would probably vote for that.
Yeah.
I liked Mary Poppins too. I mean, I was a kid, but That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Julie Andrews, listen, I'm a very big Carol Burnett fan, and if anybody is old enough to care about Carol Burnett, her and Julie Andrews were very good friends. So the only reason I knew a lot about Julie Andrews is by watching a lot of Carol Burnett. So
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a place in my heart for Julie Andrews,
Okay.
but it's a good movie. Obviously, like I said, if you're a kid, it's a better movie. It's not an adult movie really,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
but
Absolutely.
what are you
Absolutely.
gonna do? And so where are you? What are you? Are you? Do you have a story here that you want to?
Yeah, let's
Or
go to a museum.
okay, I
Well, I did that for the title because I've been to so many museums. I worked for the
yes,
YMCA. So I used to go like in summertime I used to go on a field trip every day.
that's pretty cool.
So I
That's
did
when you
my
think about it.
share. Oh, that was such a great job. That was the best job ever.
Yeah,
I got paid to go to museums and beaches and all kinds of places, right? I got
yeah.
paid for that. Like, who gets paid to do that? You know,
I
it wasn't a lot because
right.
working with kids is not profitable,
No, but it is
but it was enjoyable,
formidable.
right?
It is a formidable
So
activity.
yeah, so I got to go a lot of places, and I've been to a lot of museums and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and and I always think, what exactly is a museum? You go, you see some art, you go, you whatever
Yeah, when you're
science.
younger, I don't think you really get it. It's too bad.
Yeah,
I don't think you really get it as much
but
when you're
it's
a kid.
like
But
there are so many things that are classified as museum, and Becky the other day said there are more museums in the United States than there are McDonald's and Starbucks combined.
I did not know that.
So that struck me as interesting
That is
because,
interesting.
when you start thinking about it, like the Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame, I've been there.
Right.
I brought the kids there on a trip to Springfield and went into the Hall of Fame. That
Yep.
was before Michael Jordan, so I didn't get to see Michael Jordan in there.
Right. Wow.
So, but that is a museum,
Yeah.
and so
The
all those Hall of
classification.
Fames are all
Yeah.
museums.
That makes sense.
And, I do want to visit more of those Hall of Fames,
Have you
you
gone to
know?
the Baseball Hall of Fame?
I have not.
I've not been there, but I heard it was pretty interesting.
It is pretty interesting as a whole, but
Hmm.
I really disagree with their methods. And,
Okay.
and we had that discussion last night on the sports show too,
Okay.
because they just inducted 3 players into the Hall of Fame. One was caught cheating,
Yeah.
by in Houston, stealing signs through mechanical ways.
Yeah.
And then another one was a steroid user that they actually voted in. Like the committee put him in. And
Yeah.
it's just frustrating when you see, like I don't agree with cheaters being in,
Right.
whether it's steroids or whatever the
Yeah.
reason.
Whatever they did. Yeah.
And, and so I wouldn't put Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens and all those, Manny Ramirez and all those guys in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna put one,
Hmm.
why are you not putting all of them?
That's true. That doesn't make really
You know
any
what I'm
sense.
saying? It's like you're setting a standard that doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
Yeah. That does not make sense.
Either
You're
you
right.
do or you don't.
Right. Make up your mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's upsetting, and baseball always gets it wrong. It's just like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Baseball just constantly does the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just frustrating.
I get
But
it.
I went to the Basketball Hall of Fame with the kids. That was one of the better places that I went.
Hmm.
But it was not the best. It was not the best.
What was the best?
I will get to that.
Oh, are we
But
doing a top five here, and you just sneaking it in?
no,
And
it's
oh,
not a
okay,
top 5.
okay, I'm just
But
checking.
I went to Northern New York, but by the lake up there.
Hmm.
And on the way back, we were taking this highway, but it's like, not an interstate highway. It's, just a highway,
Hmm.
back road highway. and we were driving, and we came up, we passing by, and we see this like airplane museum.
Oh,
So
that's
we
cool.
stop, we turn around, we go back, we pull in, and I think it was the Warplane Museum in New York. I'm not positive,
Okay. So you
but it
stumbled
fit
on it. That's
the
cool.
area of where we were.
Okay.
So
Well, you weren't planning on it, so that makes sense.
no, it was not planned at all. And we
Right.
stopped in and it was fantastic. It had all planes from different eras and stuff like that. It had
Yeah.
an Apache helicopter, you
Right.
know, and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because I am a sucker for, things from the past.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah, me too.
airplanes are fascinating.
Yep.
They are fascinating. So you see all the double wing planes from, World War One,
Yep.
whatever, it was just an awesome experience. It would have been a place that I would have loved to take like a group of kids to go see because
Yeah.
they would have had a blast. And you can go
Definitely.
inside the Apache helicopter and everything.
That's pretty cool. You can get in and stuff and sit
It
in it
was
and stuff. That's
great,
cool.
right? So that's one
Yeah.
of my favorite places. Of course, it is also listed as a museum, the Plymouth Patuxent Museums, the one with the 17th century village from like the Pilgrim days.
Oh, the
So
in
they
on
lived
Cape
in
Cod?
this village. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yep.
yeah, and it's
Yes, I've been there.
like they're living their lives like that, and people
Yeah.
go and see how they're doing it, and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I
That's pretty
loved it.
cool. Yep.
So that one was a great one, and of course, like just like that, the old Sturbridge Village,
Yeah.
and those were fun. So you're talking about that, and then there's House of Seven Gables,
Yep.
Salem. So
Salem's full of
another great,
you got 3 days in Salem if you can get around. There's a lot going on there.
yeah, yeah. There's
You'll
so many
never see
things,
everything in one day.
all the witches and stuff like that.
Right, but just
It's
the
fascinating.
properties, just like to go touring properties is like
Yeah,
a whole thing.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. So there's a lot of history there. I also went to the Museum of Natural History and Planetarium.
Hmm.
We took the kids to the planetarium,
Right.
and that was pretty fun. Seeing the
Yeah.
whole sky, and they do the whole thing,
Oh
and
yeah.
sunset, sunrise, and stuff like that. It was
That is
pretty
cool.
neat. It was
I want to
pretty
go.
neat.
I haven't done that, but I want to do that.
And of course, the Providence Children's Museum
Yep.
and Boston Children's Museums are fantastic. I
Yep.
love them. Just all the neat little things that the kids can do in those
Yep.
places was fantastic. But I didn't know which one I liked better because they were both pretty cool. The
Okay.
Smithsonian,
Yeah.
which I think I did like every museum in Washington D.C. Went on
Right.
vacation for like 2 weeks, went to Washington D.C.
Okay.
and we did everything up. Everything. Like we went
Yep.
everywhere. I even got actually I knew a friend that was in the Capitol Police,
Mhm.
and I hope I don't get him in trouble. I'm not going to name him.
It'll be fine.
But I was on the roof of the Capitol building with him. So
Oh
he took
wow.
me on
That's nice.
a not so
Yeah.
legal tour, and I
Right.
was on top of the Capitol building. Oh my god, it was so awesome. It
That's
was
pretty
so
cool.
awesome. But
Being on top of
Smithsonian
things
was
is cool.
awesome,
Yeah.
right? Smithsonian has like everything,
Yep.
Indiana Jones's whip or whatever,
Yeah. I mean, the
It was
Archie
pretty
Bunker's
cool.
chair we talked about that is
Yes,
in,
I did see
and
the
Edith's
Archie
chair
Bunker
and the
chair,
beer and
actually.
the table and the hat. They're all there, right? I
Yep,
think they're still. That's what you
yep.
see. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was pretty awesome. And the other one that's right there with it is the Boston Museum of Science. That was so cool.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Yep.
that was such a great time.
I
That
loved
was
it.
a great time. So
Yeah, I've been there.
I went to the Boston Museum of Science with all
Mhm.
the YMCA kids in the summer
Yeah, it's
program,
great for the kids. It's definitely great for the
and
kids.
I don't even the horrible kids that always are in trouble. They had a great time,
Yep.
and how could you not?
There's
I
so
mean,
much going on there too.
it is
It's
so
cool.
awesome. One of my favorite places to go for sure.
Yep.
There's so many things,
Mhm.
there. I mean, we went to go on the Mayflower replica as
Yep.
well. There's
Yep.
so many places. Look,
I
if
did
you
that.
have,
The Plymouth Rock and the Mayflower and the whole
yep,
bit. I was
yup,
really young though. I think we went on a field trip when I was a kid in school, and this would have been maybe when
yeah.
I was living in Cranston, but
Yeah,
this would have been the 70s.
that's
Yeah.
why I said that
Yeah.
summer program, the Explorers,
Yep.
coming out of
Mhm.
Lincoln, Rhode
Okay.
Island. It's an affiliate of the Pawtucket, Rhode Island YMCA.
Yep. Okay.
But I did that summer program. We went on field trips every day. It was so awesome. It was the best job ever. I get to
I will say
go to a
that
lot of these
most
places.
kids out there, no matter how much trouble they're getting into and all that kind of stuff. A lot of kids are fascinated by something or other. You just have to figure out what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it
Whether
is.
it's history or it's science or it's English or whatever it is, every kid is like a fascination with something. You just have to take them around and find out what is it that gets them.
Most of the time, those kids that don't behave very well are just bored.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. What's happening around them is not of any interest to them. And
Yeah.
beyond it being a social grace and all that kind of stuff, a lot of, and we're finding out, I don't really know if anybody cares about this in elementary school settings now. A lot of kids that were class clowns and doing stuff like that, the material was way too young and boring for them. They needed
Yeah.
much more elevated, whatever we
Yeah.
call it, accelerated classes
That's
when
why
I
I
was a
had so
kid.
much success as
Yeah,
like a counselor
yeah.
in these places because I don't know what it was, but I was just in tune with them
hmm I think it's
and
because you're your child. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
it could be. But I have my rules and they hate me the first 2 weeks,
Right.
but those rules are always consistent and as long as you're consistent,
You give them
they're going to
structure,
respect you.
and you give them things that they find interesting.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna
Yeah,
want to be
so,
there.
you just gotta know,
hmm
how to get to them,
Yeah.
and, parents just if you're out there, just keep trying different things.
Right.
You'll
Here's
find it.
I always tell this story when I was a kid. I used to bother my mother about anything. I'm one of those people. I'm the most curious person you'll ever know. I want to know how everything works. So you might say something to me, but what you're saying to me is great. But what I want to know is why are you saying it to me, and how did it come to that? And like I have the mechanics of what stuff is and how it works and why are we here. So I used to ask my mother questions like the letter A. Sure, it's a letter A, and that's what it is. But why? Like everybody would get so frustrated. What do you mean why? It just is what it is. And I'm like, no, I want to know why. Like if you brought probably as a kid, I didn't know how to ask the question. But what I wanted to know is how the letter A became the letter A. Why are we calling it that? Why does it shaped the way it is? What history comes from before that letter to make that letter look like that? And
Yeah.
why did we make the lowercase letter look? But anyway, I used to ask my mother questions about um, why is grass green? Why is the sky blue?
Right!
Uh, and I'm not doing it because I'm not asking you questions to aggravate you. I really want to know, like, what
Yeah.
we all accept grass is green, but like, why? Didn't anybody ever ask how it became green? And why is the color green called green? And all this other
That's the
stuff.
one right there.
Right.
Why do we call it green?
Exactly. Like so, and that's okay.
That's the one.
All
I
I
always
really
ask
wanted
that.
to do was eventually my mother got it and she started giving me National Geographic books. And I'm like, "Thank you." And she started giving me dictionaries and
Yeah.
things that I could look up. And I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, why
Finally
isn't
she
it
gave me a
called
library
purple?
card. What'd you say?
Why isn't it called purple instead of
Yeah,
green,
just like why, I really do have those questions because I'm living in this world with stuff around me, and I'm not going to just accept it as what it is without
Yeah.
like some idea of why it became that way. Doesn't anybody know this? Most people in the
No.
world are just like, it is what it is, and I'm not going to question anything. And I got a lot of flack as a kid for questioning like just
Yeah.
structures and
No,
things that were around
I'm
me.
right there with you.
Right.
Right there.
So it's not
No.
everybody, it's not every kid's interest, but it just so happened to be eventually my mother giving me reading material got me off her back, and that's why she did it. So it wasn't in any way, shape, or
Nope.
form to make me feel better. But she hit the hammer on the right nail, in the sense that I needed to go somewhere. I need to get past her and find the knowledge. And she was gatekeeping the knowledge, is what it was. And
Yeah.
so I got her out of the way, and I started reading books and all that to learn what I wanted. And I've always been that way. So a lot of kids are interested in whatever, wrestling,
Could be
science,
anything. And you just
history.
got to find that
Right.
thing. Once you find that thing, everything will become a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it will become easier.
Yep.
You just got to know what the kid wants,
Exactly.
and they're not going to tell you.
Right.
They're not going to tell
Sometimes
you.
I don't. Sometimes I wonder if they don't really know, because they're
Yeah,
young enough that
that's
they're not
it.
sure, or they want you to care enough about them to pick up on it.
That's a big part of it. They
Yeah, a
want
lot
to
of kids.
see if you
Yeah.
care even at all,
Right.
and you gotta want to. Just gotta do it.
Right.
That's how you figure things out. You want to make your life easier. Find out the interests.
Exactly. And so, and that's the cool thing. I don't care whether you really were interested or you understood a field trip when you were a kid. You definitely never forgot it. Like every
Right.
field trip I ever went on, I never forgot. I don't know if it
Yeah.
was just because we got out of the classroom, because we were in this structured society where we did everything the same every day. It
Yeah.
was just getting out of there and doing something different that I remember. But I remember all my field trips.
Yep. And that's how you do it, people. That's
Yep,
how you do it.
that's how you do it.
All right.
So, what you said, I can pivot into my story, which is virtual museums. I think most people, obviously, if we live in the U.S., right? Unless you're watching us from another country, which you very well might be, since we're so popular over there.
Yeah, we are popular in a lot of countries.
But what I'm saying is, if you want to go to see a museum that isn't in your country, it makes sense. I don't think a lot of people think about this. And obviously, it's better to be in person in a museum, of course.
Obviously.
The space itself, to stand in, there's nothing like it, right? But if you can't get somewhere and you want to see something, almost every museum out there has a virtual version of their museum, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you
Like,
don't
think
want to go
about it.
to Russia
Right.
to go see their museums, you can just do it online. Virtual.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if anybody is aware of the fact that, like, and it's such good detail and so vivid. You can do walkthroughs now, like
Yeah.
just like you would if you were buying
Like
a
buying a
house.
house.
Exactly. That kind of thing is all set up, and so you can look at details, and you can look to the left and look to the right. Just like if you have VR glasses, it's probably way better. I do not, but I can imagine that if you do, it's going to be pretty cool.
I
So
gotta figure out where I put it.
yeah,
That
I
would be
don't have
pretty
them, but with stuff like museums, or like uh what's his name that did the Scream painting and
Oh, yeah.
Starry Night. They have a virtual version of that. When we went through the pandemic, there was so many virtual things that we discovered, because we had to do something. We
Gotta
couldn't leave
find
the house.
something.
So a lot of things online were built and created for us to be home and get excited about. And that was one of them. But I'm just listing some of these, and of course, like I said, this is like a small list. There's so many of them. The Boston Museum of Science is one of them.
Yeah.
We're in Rhode Island, so the RISD Museum is another. That's a
We
really cool
haven't been to
museum.
that one. I
I haven't
haven't
been
been
to
to
it. I've not been to it, but I've seen several videos about it online, just to kind of like, hey, what's going on there? I really need to go there.
And
And
it's right here in our
it's
backyard.
very lazy of me not to go there. I like live 20 minutes from it. So, but the British Museum in London is online. I'm just going to read off some stuff. I mean,
Ooh.
obviously, there's so many of them. The Met and the Guggenheim Museum in New York, both of those have virtual tours. The Musée d'Orsay and the Louvre in Paris have virtual.
The Louvre is a whole nother issue.
Yes, it is. I don't know if there's blank spaces right now. It's probably, you probably could.
At night you can get free tours. Just go through the open windows.
Oh my God, terrible. The National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art in Seoul, Korea.
Oh,
I mean, these are just things to think about, right? Because like there's so many in the world that are well known and famous. Pergamon Museum in Berlin,
Mm,
the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam,
that would
a
be pretty neat.
Rijksmuseum is actually how you would pronounce it, I think. The Paul J. Getty Museum in Los Angeles,
Wait, the Paul Jake?
the Paul J. Getty Museum
Oh,
in Los
Jay Getty.
Angeles,
I was like, wait, is that Jake Paul's?
the Art Institute of Chicago,
Oh.
Prado Museum in Spain.
I see you can go all over the world.
Yeah, like I mean, if you really,
That's fantastic.
it is, which I think it's just kind of cool. Like I just don't. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not common knowledge, but I don't think most people think of it.
Yeah.
The Uffizi Gallery in Florence and the Vatican Museum in Italy.
Ooh,
Florence,
that
Italy,
would be
and
pretty interesting.
yeah, it would be. The Vasa Museum in Stockholm,
Sharon said
Sweden.
that she went to the Vatican.
Did she? I did not know
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's got to be something else in person, like especially. I don't know. There's so many places that you want to go and see as a traveler, but
Yeah.
you can't maybe get there. I mean, a lot of people. So I like technology because there's so many people that will never. When you look at, like, let's say 100 years ago, there were things that you would hear about, and somebody would write a letter to you about something that they saw, and you would try to visualize it. I mean, now it's so cool that
Now
you
you
have
can.
technology to take you somewhere. Even if you've never been there, you can now experience stuff very close to firsthand that we wouldn't have been able to do this 50 years
And no
ago, right?
line.
No line and no other
No
people.
line. Yes.
And you can take whatever beverage you want in there.
Yes.
Um,
Exactly.
the MASP in Sao Paulo, the National Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City.
Oh, I'd like to see that. That would be
I would
pretty
too.
cool.
I heard that's really cool. And so, just some of the things that these are just a little list that I put together of just like museums that I
Yeah.
looked up to say, and I looked at a little bit. I didn't go in too much detail, but I kind of logged on and looked at each one of them a little bit.
That's pretty
And
neat. You can
that's
also wear your
yeah,
pajamas while going to the
yes. So how
museum.
cool is that? You get a cup of coffee, and you're like, if you're somewhat cultured person, and you're just like, you're sitting in New England and it's 3 degrees like today, and you're just kind of like, I want to do something that's somewhat enriching for myself.
Yeah.
And you take your pajamas and you sit down with your little coffee
That's pretty
and you
neat when
log
you
on.
really think about it.
All right,
It
I know
really takes the stress of going to places
it
because a
does.
lot of people do have problems with that, and
Yep.
I get it because I don't really, like being places where there's a lot of people,
Right. Right.
and this is somebody
I
that
don't.
comes from the sporting, sports background, and
Yep.
I've been to sporting events and stuff, but
Yeah. And
concerts,
the reason I fell into this is because I watch this show every Saturday, and it's part of my little Saturday thing. I get my coffee and I sit down, and there's a guy that I watch, and he literally takes a GoPro and he drives through back roads in America. He drives through all kinds of cities in America, mostly to document like the parts of America that are like becoming run down, and like little teeny towns of America that
mm,
have 300 people in them. And he gives you statistics and housing values, and lets you know like what the town was known for and things like that. Probably
that's
very
pretty neat.
geeky, and I
That's
love it.
pretty neat.
But I sit and I every day he'll go through. He's going out to the west now, but he'll go through all over these midwestern towns and little parts of Texas, and all these little areas and towns that you maybe even never even heard of that are just back
Mm,
road towns. And he'll go down their downtowns and look in their little storefronts and see if a lot of them are falling apart and that kind of thing. But it's, I don't know. It's a part of America that's interesting, and at one point was booming. Because of America being, it's the stupidest thing, and a lot of people now wouldn't even think about it. But they didn't have highways years ago. It used to be main roads, and when main roads were popular, people in towns used to put their storefronts on those main roads, right?
yeah.
And when the highways went up, the main roads stopped getting traffic. And it sounds really weird, but that's what happened. And
Yeah.
so all of those storefronts lost business and all that because people could go get on 95 or 75 or whatever, and they drive right past the town. There was no, oh, look at that, let's stop. Oh, look at that, let's stop, like that
Yeah,
kind of
that
thing.
was
Well,
progress kind of hurts certain areas.
right. And so a lot of that middle class America was built on main roads, and all of the people driving by these stores that might stop in and buy something, that was killed off by like a lot of interstate highways and stuff like that. So um a lot of the towns this guy goes through are on these main roads where like these it used to be a very booming community, and then
Right.
the traffic got diverted and they went a
Yeah.
different way. Route 66 is a big, if you're interested in that, that's probably one of the biggest examples of a main road that everybody camped on and lived on and
Yeah.
built their businesses on, that is desolate, right? So anyway,
Yeah. That was great.
my
That was
rant.
awesome. No, that was awesome. I mean, it is certainly technology has made it so that way we have more access to things. But
Yeah,
then
like an
you
upside. That's an
yeah,
upside, I think.
and then you look at the situation with some of those towns, and it's sad what they become. And I don't know. It's there's the good and bad in everything, right?
Exactly. Everything. I think, like, I look back, I'm going to say hi to Rose. So, Rose is like my adopted sister. Um, but I've got to, I got to think back about like when the printing presses came out and how horrible everybody thought that was. Like,
Yeah,
when radio first came out and how horrible everybody thought that was. That was going to melt kids' brains, and don't listen to that. And when
yeah.
TV came out, like, so every single piece of
It
technology
does.
that
It
is
does. There's
developed.
always pluses and minuses to
Right.
everything.
I mean, there was a point in time where people were like going down to their town hall and bitching and complaining about seatbelts.
I remember that. My mom was one of them.
Like, it's just
I'm not
it's
wearing a damn
nobody thinks
seatbelt.
anything of it now, but there was like a big to do about seatbelts at one point when they started putting them in
Yes, it
cars.
was.
So you have to think
It
about
was.
stuff like that. And
Yeah,
remember,
I remember
there's
that.
always
I
going to be
remember
people
that
that, yes. I mean, I wasn't,
vividly.
I remember being in several cars without seatbelts, and that was the way it was when I was a kid. But
Yeah.
I wasn't part of that whole. We just did whatever we had to. But there was a whole like movement against seatbelts that was like,
Oh, I know.
you can't do
Oh,
this
I
to us,
know.
because it was at one point government
Every
regulation,
every
and people,
time I got
yes,
into a car with my mom, I'd say, "You gotta put your seatbelt on, mom." And it's like, "I'm
yeah,
not wearing no damn seatbelt."
right. So like
It's
that,
like,
like think about
"Okay,
that.
okay,
That
but
the
if we get
country was,
stopped, you're
yes.
paying."
It's like there was a point of contention at one point when that was, the cars had to, by law regulation, put those in every car.
Yeah,
Americans went crazy and said,
they did. They did.
"Hey, we want to make that choice. You can't make that choice for us." Like, that was a big thing. So when you see things going on today and you see people bucking the system of stuffing today, think of seatbelts, because it's just, if it's a new thing and it gets regulated, the country's gonna scream
It's
about it, even if it's good for them, right?
it is so
We
true.
want to make that choice to die in an accident if that's what we want to do.
That was fun.
Oh, what's
Oh
Ron
my god.
watching today? I love it. What's that?
Yes, and I
Ooh,
knew
look
I
at those
had to do
graphics.
this because I was on with you,
Yes.
and you were adamant to make me watch Sopranos, and I promised
Yes.
you I would start watching the Sopranos, and I'm
Yes.
now in season 3 towards the end of the season,
Yep.
and I'll tell you, it's been fantastic. It's been
It's.
fantastic.
I knew you would love it. I mean, it's not. I would never recommend something somebody would hate. And if you're from Rhode Island, a lot of this, I always say, watch it because you're from a state that a lot of the storylines came from the state.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
I can see it. I can see
Yes,
it.
it's definitely a lot of stuff. David Chase wrote a lot of stuff into that show based on
Yeah.
stuff he heard from stuff that happened around here, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
But
so I'm
yeah,
watching The Sopranos, and I really hate Janice.
I do too.
I hate her.
But I think Janice, if you're looking at cluster B personalities, meaning borderline personality, histrionic personality, like she's
Yeah,
definitely got a neurotic, and it is a
yeah,
mental issue, a mental health issue with her.
yeah. I don't
She's
like her
either
at all.
histrionic or, but listen, the mother was borderline, right? Um, their mom was borderline. So
Wait a minute, which
Janice
uh,
and Tony's mom, she's
Oh, Tony's mom. Okay, yeah.
She
All right.
specifically is a borderline personality, so I'm pretty sure Janice has inherited some stuff from her, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
Tony's not mentally ill either. I think he's also acquired some stuff from his family,
yeah,
but a
I was
different way.
really surprised on the series. Really, is a lot of it is based on his sessions.
Yeah, that's pretty
And I
cool.
was surprised about that because I'm like just thinking, okay, he's a gangster. This is the way it is,
Right.
but it's really based
But they
on
get
those
into the
sessions with a
psychology of it,
therapist.
which is very cool.
I was stunned, but
Yep.
those sessions, those scenes are so awesome
Yep.
and they're so vital for the show.
Yeah.
It was just surprising to me. It
Yep.
was a pleasant surprise.
And do you know,
And
uh, uh, Lorraine Bracco was asked to be um the wife at one point, but she was like, "No, no, I was already in." She was already in Goodfellas as the wife. She wanted that psychiatrist
yeah,
role, and she begged for it, and they gave it to her. And she's so good at it. She's so good in
yeah.
it.
I mean, the cast is just phenomenal.
Yes, they are.
Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
Edie Falco is. I can't even. Edie Falco is off the charts. I love her so much. She's so good.
you know, the last episode that I watched was
Mm.
when not Richie, Ralphie
Mm-hmm.
beat the snot out of the girl.
Yeah,
And
that's
that was
another
the
thing.
last one.
That's
That's the last one I've seen.
Pantoliano, right? No.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's a great actor
Yes, he is.
also, you
He is.
know. And every once in a while, the captain of Bad Boys comes out in that
Mm-hmm.
in that character. And it's
Yeah.
really funny because it's like, when that voice starts raising, you can always see him as the captain in Bad Boys and the woosah and all that stuff.
He'll yep.
It's
He'll
funny.
always be Spike in. Do you remember that old movie with Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal?
Oh my god, yes,
He
Running
was
Scared.
that was one of his first characters. Was Spike was the
Yes.
guy that he was? Yes, they
Yes.
handcuffed him and took him all over the place. Yeah,
Running Scared was
Pantoliano's
such a
great.
great movie. Such a
Running
great
Scared
movie.
is one of my favorite. I could quote
I
that
gotta
thing
watch
from
that
one side
again.
to
I'm
the
gonna have
other.
to watch that.
Oh my god, I watch it all the time. I love it. But yeah, there's so many people in that movie besides
Yeah.
Billy Crystal, and there's a bunch of
Oh yeah.
characters in that movie that like you see everywhere now. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
So
The show's good.
this show people should watch.
Yeah.
Just saying. It should be watched. The other new show that I started watching is this
Hmm.
guy, Andrew Lincoln. He has a new series.
Okay.
So, Cold Water is the series, and
Okay.
let me tell you, I think I'm on episode 4. I think that was the last episode I watched.
Hmm.
The first one, I wasn't so sure about the series
Okay.
because
Yeah,
I
that
couldn't get
happens.
through the fact that he is from UK
Hmm.
and he has the British accent, and it's like
Right.
you watch him for years in The Walking Dead, and then it's hard to put that, and that's the thing that got in the way at first.
Oh, okay. That won't get in the way for me because I've not seen it.
Right. So it was
Right, because he
tough.
was his accent. You mean right? Because he was. Yeah.
Yes, it's almost like I refuse to accept it.
I know it's so weird. It's so weird because they're so good at it. I went through that with several actors
Right.
that did American accents but were not American.
So, but then I
Yeah.
started thinking about the storyline and everything. And then episode 2 came and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch episode 2,
Hmm.
and then it just
Clicked.
it auto corrected, you
Yeah.
know. So the language accent did not affect me
Hmm.
at all. I was
Okay.
so in tune to the storyline,
Right.
and the storyline is fantastic. This is a really good show.
Okay.
And I'm just, it just started, so
Very
so
cool.
it's not, you know, getting to the point where, oh my God, this is the plot.
Right.
And but you see it develop and how these characters are interacting and
Hmm.
manipulate. It is total manipulation in this thing.
Oh, cool.
And It is a really good show, and I can't wait to see the next episode. So I
Very
don't know how
nice.
many episodes it's going to have.
Hmm.
I'm guessing 8 to 10.
I don't know.
You know, that's what most series are nowadays, 8 to 10 episodes, and you
And
live with
that's
it.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of the short series, yeah.
Yeah, and it's fine, you
Yep.
know. Um I also watched the first episode of Harlan Corbin's The Final Twist.
Okay.
I think you would like that because it's really about, a certain crime. I only
Hmm.
watched the first one, so I don't have a second one to
Okay.
do, but I get to watch that today. But the first one was very interesting about a murder and stuff like that, and how they unraveled this
Is it
murder.
fiction?
I believe it is all true. I think it's all true stories.
Oh no, I mean, is it like an actual documentary or is it
I
like a
believe, yes,
fictional?
yes, it's
Oh,
documentary style. So they'll tell you about things that happen and stuff like that, and then they
okay.
show like some interviews and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's really
Oh,
neat.
okay.
Really
If
neat
it's like
show.
something where you're showing actual footage of stuff that was going on, I'm into it.
Yeah, so they have a
But
bunch of
not a
different things,
docudrama, right?
in it is documentary for sure.
Good. My favorite.
So really good show. I enjoyed the first episode. Got to watch the second episode today.
And what's it called again? The twist?
Harlan Corbin's The Final
The
Twist.
final twist? Okay. All right.
So, like I said, I don't know if the second episode is going to be the same as the first. I'm
Okay.
guessing not because it looked like it wrapped up in a nice little
Oh,
bow
so
at the
it's
end.
different cases.
I
Um,
think so.
what's the streaming service you watched it on? Just out of
I have no
curiosity.
idea. I don't know it because I get everything
I do
on a
too.
program that I have
Okay.
that
Yeah.
I pay for.
I do too, but yeah, I work for a cable
So I
company, so
don't
I
know
have a
what
lot of that
streaming
stuff.
service it is on.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay.
just gonna look it up.
I'll look it up.
I watched Strange New Worlds. I've watched the first 3 or 4 episodes so far of Star
Hmm.
Trek with
Okay.
Captain. Um,
Yeah, not interested. Yeah,
I just
whatever.
watch it when I'm done with everything else.
Okay.
If I've seen all the episodes of like Chicago Fire, The Rookie, all
Hmm.
these things that I'm up to date, and I just have to wait for the next episode.
Right.
Once I'm done with all those, then yeah, if I have nothing else, then I watch it.
Okay.
It's okay. It's it's not
Yeah.
it's not splitting the atom or anything.
Okay.
It's not, I mean, if you like Star Trek, if you like all of the Star Treks, then
Hmm.
you'll like. I, however, am a purist. I just like the original.
I didn't really never watched any of them.
And,
Like,
so it's
not a
like,
lot.
eh.
Yeah.
I did not realize that Hugh Lowry was in The Night Manager.
I did see he was in a new series. And
So I
I
just started that. I
yeah.
watched the first couple of episodes, and it's
Okay.
pretty good. It's really good.
Okay.
But
He seems
it's
like the type of guy that would never take a bad
what is
project,
his name? Tom Middleston or whatever his name
Tom
is.
Hiddleston?
Hiddleston, yes.
Mhm.
He's the main guy in the series.
Okay.
So, the first couple episodes really good. So I'm happy that I started watching that.
Okay.
One things that I'm watching rewatching. I'm
Mm.
on season 6 again of The Walking Dead, of course. I
Okay.
always watch The Walking Dead. And The Shield. I just started watching The Shield again.
Yeah. I need to watch that. And I need to watch Oz. I know that. I've been told a million
Yeah, I
times.
need to watch that too. I finished Stranger Things. A lot of people said they didn't like the ending. I loved it.
Okay.
Loved it. Season finale was awesome. Landman just ended for the season.
That's Billy Bob, right?
Billy Bob Thornton, yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic series. What a great series.
Okay.
And big twist at the end of this this season, and I'm hoping they bring it back.
Okay.
I mean, if they don't, it's still a great series up until where they left it. So
Okay.
they could leave it and done. It
Okay.
is Taylor Sheridan's series, so I don't know how long he wants to keep them
Yeah.
going.
Okay.
So, but first 3 seasons, awesome,
Okay.
awesome. And if
Good to know.
it doesn't come back, it ends fine.
Okay, it's good to know. I heard it was pretty good.
Oh yeah. And The Last Frontier. Last Frontier.
Okay.
Prison plane crashes in Alaska, and then the search for all of it, and there's a big main story behind all of it. I'm not going to give away stories, but it's a really, really cool series.
Okay.
I don't know if it comes back for a second series. It doesn't need to,
Okay.
because I don't know where they take the story after that. It doesn't make, to me, it ended, and it might be
Right.
just a one season series. So
Yep. Well,
I
that's
guess
cool.
that doesn't make it a series, does it? It's just one season.
No, I don't. No, it doesn't. They call it that though. They'll
Yeah.
call it that, even though I
Limited
don't really
series,
think it
right?
is. They call it limited or small or
Yeah.
short series or something like
Yeah.
that. But still, I don't. It's really only a one season. I get it.
Yeah. And as far as movies, I saw Song Song Blue, which I've been raving about in our group,
Hmm.
with all the hosts. Fantastic movie. Both Kate Hudson and of course Wolverine himself, Hugh Jackman, were fantastic in the movie. They have great voices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great voices. And
Okay.
so I loved it. I watched Eternity, where the guy dies and then, has to find,
I
figure
don't
out
think
where he's going to spend the rest of
I must have missed
eternity.
that one. Yep.
Yeah, and so his wife then died like shortly after,
Hmm.
and then it was like, okay, so he assumed that she was going to spend her eternity with him, but she had an ex-husband as well that died in a war, and so they were both fighting over her, and it was actually pretty entertaining
That's
movie.
interesting. Who's in it?
Entertaining. I have no idea who the actors are.
Okay. Is it
I have no idea.
like a British series or something?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. It was
Okay.
probably a small budget United States thing, and I just thought it was pretty decent. It only lasted like a week in the theaters.
Okay.
It's horrible in the
I've
theater,
never heard of it. That's
but it
interesting.
was pretty good. And and then I watched Jeremiah Johnson. Now I think I watched this long time ago, and everybody
Mm,
raves about this western.
no.
Eh,
Yeah, I'm not
it
into
didn't
westerns
impress
too
me.
much. Yeah.
It didn't impress me.
Okay.
So after I watched that, I watched Tombstone, made it all better.
Okay.
so so that's what I've been watching, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So I
cool.
just was disappointed in Jeremiah Johnson, kind of disappointed in Strange New Worlds. I guess it's good, but
Yeah.
didn't
All right.
impress me. So,
Well, that's good. I'm gonna
but
at
I
some
had to
point
talk
just.
about Sopranos.
Oh yes,
I
you had
had to.
to. Yeah, I'm
Had to.
gonna check out the Smashing Machine. Um,
No, no,
no, not because I think it's gonna be good. That's not why.
yeah,
I
it was
watched the
awful.
original 2002 documentary. I actually
Yeah,
want to watch that again.
oof.
Just because I
Stay
want
with
to
the
see
doc.
how. Yeah, I'm not interested in like watching it. I can't explain it. Oh, I want to
Yeah,
watch the mechanics of how he does what he does. As far as like the storyline. But no, I don't. I'm not gonna watch it because I'm
yeah.
excited for it to be
I didn't
good.
like them.
I heard it wasn't good. I heard it
Yeah,
wasn't great,
yeah.
but I heard it was good to watch his performance of it. In the sense of
I
his
guess.
actual Mark Kerr,
Yeah, that's
imitation.
fine. I like Dwayne Johnson.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
just didn't like the movie. And
right,
now the movie and the acting part are two different things.
right. And so that's what I was told that
I think they
what do you
made a
call it? The
mess of the movie,
Yeah, okay,
but
$50 million, man.
Dwayne
Okay,
Johnson, he's good. He's a pretty good
yeah.
actor.
I
I
mean,
do
that's
have to say.
when I'm on board. I'll watch that and see what's going on with that. I
Not
also
Denzel, but he's good.
No, and on Netflix, Secret Mall Apartment is back out. But
Yes,
Netflix
I
picked
gotta
it up,
see that.
and before it was like you had to buy it, or there was a couple of you had to go see it around here. But
Yeah,
it's Netflix actually picked it up, and I'm really excited for these guys that they did, because I want to see how far it goes. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
it's a great story, and it's a fantastic
Oh, it is. It's
Michael
interesting.
Townsend. Michael Townsend's a great person, and so
Yeah.
it's a good story, and it's just
Yeah, so that's on
cool
my
that
list as
somebody got away
well.
with it. Yeah, you got to see it this weekend. It's fun.
Yeah. So
What's fun about it is what the storyline is, or whatever the reason that they did what they did is because of that whole community that they knocked down over there on, like, in the area of Valley Street and all those warehouses that they used to have over
right.
there.
Yeah.
They at one point came in and gentrified that whole area, and there were a bunch of kids that they displaced. They literally were like, get
Yeah.
out, whatever. Which I don't
Right.
know it's fair that they were living in there, but a lot of them were the homeless community, and a lot of them were living there and
Yeah.
doing band practice and whatever you want to call it. But there was a whole there's it's
It
literally
was
like if you look on
thriving
yeah,
illegally.
it was. Uh, but I don't again, I don't know for sure if they were all. It's possible that some of them may have actually been paying for apartments over there, but they didn't care. They wanted to buy that whole place and knock it down,
Right.
and so they just placed a lot of kids that were
Progress.
living there legitimately and not legitimately, and they were like, "Well, we
Right.
need somewhere to go," so
Yeah.
they watched the construction of the mall, and it's just
And I
really
don't
cool.
blame them. Why
Yeah,
not? Why not?
yep. They were like, we need a space. You took our space. We
I mean,
see a
what did they
space.
get? What did they really?
Problem solved.
What did they suffer? You know?
They did it. It's just it's crazy to me when I first heard the news story about it when it happened. It was crazy to us. We're like, it took so much logistical, like what
Genius.
have you, to even like they're gonna show you how they actually furnished this place. It's
Yeah.
crazy because of the way that it was set up. You couldn't just walk into this place. It was
Right.
like up above risers and up a ladder. It was the way that they set it up is crazy, but also the fact that like just nobody just they got away with it. They just nobody knew about it for like 4 years, five
It
years,
was
6 years.
brilliant. It was
Yeah,
brilliant.
it's crazy. So it's a fun story. I love it. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that Jesse Eichenberg like got behind it and gave it some give it a little push.
Absolutely.
But it's good. It's good. So there's that.
So
I'm trying to think what else, but I don't know if there's anything else you're thinking of that you've seen that looks good that is
yeah, no, I
happening.
said all of what I was
Yeah.
paying attention to.
Yeah.
Of course, there's now another new Star Trek series, The Academy. I have no desire to see that.
Mm.
Uh, it looks so cheesy.
I really hate spinoffs. I do. I just
Uh,
hate spinoffs.
most of them really
Um,
do stink.
they do. I know. I understand Hollywood wants to keep the motor going and all
Yeah.
that, but I just watched the documentary Elizabeth Smart. That was good.
Oh, I have that saved on my
That was good. And
program.
between
I haven't
her and
watched.
JC Dugard, I don't know why, but for some reason I thought she had been gone longer than she really was. I didn't think it was only 9 months. I thought it was years. So I must be
Yeah, I
thinking
gotta
of
watch.
JC Dugard because JC Dugard is another kid that got ripped, that got pulled out of her house, and went missing, and ended up with a guy that I think had 2 children with her, and was parading her around town as his
Crazy.
wife.
What a
But yeah,
crazy
so
world.
thinking of that, but that was a good story. I'm not gonna tell you anything about what happened or what she says. But the one thing that they did not, that you don't think about, is the kid that's left behind. And they did a lot of interviews with her sister, which was an interesting perspective, like just what her sister had to deal with, and how, of course, they went after the family because they go after the family every time something like this happens. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. Um, but yeah, it was really good. It had a lot of good details about what actually happened because I don't know if they
Mm.
got into all that, but it was pretty cool. Yeah,
So Lena, we are ending Museum Week,
we are.
and Thursday, Luana and JJ did a show, and Luana's topic was that British museum,
Hmm. The British
and
Museum
they
in London, yeah.
have
Hmm.
and they have an exhibit of Hawaii there.
I didn't know that. I
Yes.
Okay.
So they have an exhibit of Hawaii. Then I was like thinking, because I was behind the scenes, of course, doing the graphics and stuff, and
Hmm.
I was like, wow, that would be pretty awesome if I did a top 5 of my favorite Hawaiians.
Okay.
So I did it, real quick, and I was going to jump in, but it was already getting late, and I had to do Sharon's show after that, so I scrapped it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? I'm doing it
Okay.
today.
Let's go.
So I just thought it was pretty cool. And then I came upon a name,
Okay.
and I always thought that this person was Australian
Okay.
because she lived in Australia like a long time.
All right.
It turns out she was actually born in Hawaii,
Okay.
and that is Nicole
Interesting.
Kidman.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did not know that. I was stunned,
Interesting.
and I kept rechecking it in different sources, and it is true. She
I
was
did not
born
know
in
that.
Hawaii.
How long was
So
she there?
I
For like
had
2 months?
I had put her in my
Yeah.
list of
Mm-hmm.
Australians. I think she was an honorable mention.
Well, then
Well,
you would.
guess what?
That was
She has to come.
incorrect.
She has to come off that list.
Yeah.
She's not on it. That's it.
Okay.
Done. You're not
Fix it, Ron.
Australian, really.
Fix it.
So I was so disturbed by it, but I was. It was disappointing. So she only made honorable mention there.
Okay.
So, famous Hawaiians. There's a lot of athletes that are from Hawaii. You know, Kurt Govea, Mike Huff, Michelle Wee, the golfer,
Yep. Okay. Yep.
LGPA, Cedric Zabalos. There's Shane Victorino, former Red Sox. Wrestler Don Morocco.
Okay.
Let me see. There was Marcus Mariota, the quarterback, Charlie Huff, and Sid Fernandez, both pitchers in Major League Baseball. Ricky the Steamboat Dragon, WWF back then.
Yeah. That I
WWE
knew.
now.
Yeah.
And of course, the quarterback from Miami, Tua, and Tagliolino, whatever his name is, right? I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
try to pronounce his last name.
The one with the fake girlfriend?
Oh, I
No.
don't know.
That might have been a different one.
I know he's Mr. Concussion, in the league.
Yeah.
He's had several of them, and I think he's played with them.
Yeah.
So they all were from Hawaii. None of them are on my list, right? Okay. Let's get to some good stuff. Kelly Preston, born in Hawaii. Kelly Preston.
Yes. May she rest in peace. There's a
Yes.
woman who didn't have to die, but don't get me started on Scientology.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes.
Jack Johnson, also born in Hawaii.
The fighter.
Singer.
Oh, Jack
the
Johnson.
singer. Yeah. The
Okay.
entertainer.
Okay, I don't remember him.
Yeah, he did a.
I only remember a fighter that I thought was Jack Johnson. Mm-hmm.
At one of the football games recently, and he was awful.
Okay, well,
he was awful.
You can't be good forever.
No. Bette Midler, and Kenny would have a problem with me not putting her on the list.
Yeah, I love her.
I don't like Bette Midler. I don't know what
love
it is.
Bette Midler. She's Broadway-ish. She's stagey.
Yeah, she is.
I know, but that's what she's supposed to be. Like that's why she's like that. Look at Patti LuPone. Patti LuPone is the same way.
Yeah. Well, she didn't make my list.
Okay.
And Kenny would be like, "Oh, disrespectful." Yeah, you know Kenny.
Yeah. It is a little. But that's all right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Former Miss America in 1992, Carolyn Sopp.
Don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember her either.
I don't know. Was that the year of Vanessa Williams? I don't remember what year. Oh, that was the 80s. Never mind.
Yeah, no, that's way too long.
Yeah.
Nicole Scherzinger.
Okay. That I'm surprised. I'm not surprised by that. I actually thought she was.
Yeah. So didn't make my list, but she's from Hawaii.
Okay.
Megan Ward, also from Hawaii.
Don't remember her.
Yeah. And well, let's go into the honorable mentions because I know it's late
Okay.
already. So
I
honorable
know.
mentions.
I gotta work, so I'll duck out on you in a
Okay,
minute.
so I'll whip through these honorable mentions. Mr. Fuji from from WWF back then.
Okay.
He actually
Fair.
made my list because he was such a horrible bad guy. He was a bad guy,
Right.
and he was so good at it that you love him.
Okay.
You appreciate it. Timothy Olyphant, honorable
Yeah.
mention.
Okay.
Great actor, right?
Fair.
Tia Carrera
God,
from
Tia.
Wayne's World.
I love her. I loved
She
her.
looks great. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah. No, she was
Tia
pretty
Carrera.
cool.
And Kelly Who.
I don't remember who that
Kelly
is.
Who. Another actress, you know.
Okay.
And my bubble, and here's where Kenny would absolutely lose it. He
Right.
would be incensed.
Mm-hmm.
My bubble, number 6, Barack Obama.
Wow.
And
I
I
didn't.
love Barack Obama. I think he did a great job. And
Yeah.
boy, do we miss him.
Yes, Kenny would be upset.
He
Yes,
would be
that's
furious,
a little
right?
bit wrong, dude.
Furious.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just had a problem putting a politician into a top 5. You know, it's just not
Okay.
right. It's not
Okay.
right. All right, so number 5, and I know you know this one, Maggie Q.
I don't think I do.
You don't know Maggie Q? Wasn't she in?
I don't remember. Maybe.
She was in a TV
I don't remember that
series.
name.
Maggie Q, though.
Okay. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up.
All right, so number 4.
Then why is it number 5 if I don't remember it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wow. This person
Well,
is
I
over
put it
Barack
in there
Obama.
because of, you know,
Yeah.
not because of her acting ability. That's for sure.
Okay.
I mean, you know, she looks good.
What do you like about it? Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
She looks good.
Okay. Sure.
Sorry.
It's your list.
Had to go there.
Sure.
All right, number 4 is this guy, Don Ho.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Tiny Bubbles, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that goes right back to my childhood. That's one of the first songs I've heard. And
My grandmother
been
used
in
to
my
sing that
head
song all the
ever
time.
since. Don
Yeah.
Ho.
Yep.
Great Hawaiian. And then number 3, correction from the Australian, I have Nicole Kidman.
Okay.
Who's actually much higher in the Hawaii thing than Australia. She
Yeah.
only made honorable mention in Australia.
Okay.
But she's a Hawaiian.
Yep.
But
So
she was born there, so
hey, listen. Going back to Scientology, the woman, she actually got out of there alive. So that right there.
And that's what I was saying.
Can't see her children anymore, but that's all right. But yeah, she got out of there. Yeah.
I told Kenny that she's got to be on the list just for getting away from Tom Cruise.
I mean, we can't put Katie Holmes on that list, but one day we should have a list of people who got away from Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I know.
Top 5 people who got away from Tom Cruise, including Mimi Rogers. Who took him there? Mimi Rogers took him there and then left. Oh, God. Anyway, yes.
He's a nut job. All right, so number 3, Nicole Kidman. Number 2 is the guy below you in the corner, Jason Momoa, who made Aquaman cool. Aquaman was really a useless superhero with all that crime under the ocean, you know.
Right.
You know, but he made him
but
cool.
He looks good. But he looks good. Yeah.
Well, I figured that's why I put him next to you, so that way you could, you know, he'd be near you. But I remember him from Stargate Atlantis, and I just like his roles. I like the roles he plays. I think he's a pretty good actor.
I just wanted to be Lisa Bonet for like 5 minutes. Like her dating history, I don't know how I would love it. I just wanted to be Lisa Bonet. Like, just for the men she took, just for the men she had.
She was attractive. She had
between him and Lenny Kravitz, you can't go wrong.
She had a look.
Yeah,
you know
she did.
So, so Jason Momoa number 2, but number 1, it's not even close. It's not close. Bruno Mars by far.
Yeah.
By a light year. I mean, personally, he's my favorite music artist of the 2000 era so far. 2000 to now, he's my favorite
Yeah, he's
music
pretty
artist.
good. He's pretty good.
He's super talented.
Yep.
He's like the next coming of Prince, to be honest with you.
How many
He plays
instruments
all
does he?
different
Yeah, he
instruments,
does. I can't think of how many, but he plays quite a few. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and his
Collaborative.
music is
Yep.
fabulous. Fabulous.
Yeah.
It was funny too because I was listening to I queued up his song that's new,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then an ad starts playing, of course, because I'm on YouTube. So an ad starts playing, and
Right.
it's the song that I just put on to play, and I'm listening to it, and I thought it was the actual song, so I wanted to go and check out the video, and it's an ad for it.
That's actually pretty good placement.
So I got to listen to it twice.
See, there you go. Yeah, he's pretty
So I'm
good.
like, "Oh, that's pretty funny." It was humorous, but it's a great song.
Yep.
And it's Bruno Mars, so therefore it has to be a great song.
Yep. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Favorite new artist of this century.
Yeah. No, he's pretty good.
And I
gotta
don't
give him
think
some.
that's even close either, to be honest with you. I mean,
Well,
because they
yeah.
come and go now.
I
There's
know.
nobody that stays.
Well, I don't think they've always come and gone. I just don't think we cared years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's been always artists have always come and gone. You know how many one-hit wonders there are between 1960 and 1999?
Oh, I know.
They come and go all the time.
So
It's just a
Bruno
matter
Mars,
of
my
are we paying
favorite
attention.
Hawaiian. It's not close.
Very cool.
Not close.
There you go. I did not see a Hawaiian list coming. I did not see it.
Nope.
But
Nope.
there
And
it
it was
is.
because of Luana's segment from Thursday.
That's pretty cool. Everything comes off of something else, right?
Yeah, it does.
Everything bounces off of something else. So
yeah. So
what's our top?
I
What's
couldn't do this
our?
one with Kenny tomorrow. I could not do it.
I think you should. I think it'd be fun. I'd watch it.
He can't know about the Barack Obama number 6 thing. He
Oh,
can't
no?
know.
I can't know. He might find out.
He could. He could find out.
If I were you, I'd be careful.
But I know he's because I asked him if he could do the show with you today, and
Mhm.
he's going to be gone all day, so he's not watching the show.
Well, he could watch it later.
He watches it later, and I'm not saying a word because I will never hear the end of it.
Nope. But you did it too, so you had to know there would be wrath.
I know.
You know,
I know.
so
and I'm sure there will be. There'll be comments.
You're gonna have to deal with it. But what's our next topic?
That's it. We're done.
No, I mean next week. What do we got coming up?
Oh, starting tomorrow, Chocolate Week.
Very nice.
I love that. That's
do too.
My favorite thing.
Mine too.
Oh,
mine too.
I can't not and chocolate, like real chocolate, makes me sick.
Really? Oh, you mean like
I eat it anyway. I don't care. I'll be sick the rest of the day.
Like dark
doesn't matter to
chocolate?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
that's a bummer,
I
but
suffer.
I'm glad it doesn't make me sick.
Yeah. I don't like
Actually,
that
it's probably I wish it did, because then I would probably be a lot. I'd probably lose a lot more weight.
You would
I wouldn't eat it.
You would want it. Even if it makes you sick. Because
I know. I would want it, but I would probably eat a lot less of it if I couldn't. But anyway. All right. So our upcoming list of people. You and Kenny tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tearing it up. You're going to piss them off tomorrow. And we're all going to watch.
I'll come up with something because tomorrow is the NFL championship too. So, and I got to have a chocolate list tomorrow. I know I've already done candy bars, so I can't do that one.
Okay.
So I got to come up with something else that has to do with chocolate.
I think you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You got all kinds of time to think about it. You'll be fine. You've been doing this for how long?
Oh, I know. A long time. 6 years.
Wow.
So.
And there's still topics to be talked about. Who knew?
Of course.
I know. It goes on forever.
Of course. Yeah. So where can they find you?
So We are
I
having
still have
such
the
a hard
TikTok
time.
thing there.
I am worried. Me and my podcast partner are trying to get something together, and I'm telling you, every week some technical thing happens, and we have to start over. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We did an hour podcast last week, and I lost it. It literally went missing and did not
Mhm.
get saved anywhere. It was just ridiculous. Anyway, we are. I am trying to work on. My buddy Will and I are trying to work on a podcast, and we will
We're
have it
waiting
soon. I know I
patiently.
keep saying this, but it's just ridiculous.
We're waiting.
Oh
We're
my
just
goodness.
dying for it.
And it's funny because we're working on it every week. It's not like we're not doing stuff. It's just something goes wrong and we like lose the information and then we can't get back to it because we have to do other stuff. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, we are working on it, and I'm telling you we will have it soon. I know. I'm not lying. I swear. It's not us. We
We
are
believe
actually
you.
front, center, and present. It's just the technology we're using is not agreeing with us at all. So we will talk to you, and I talked to you about that, Ron. Sure, we can work with you, but I don't know that we need to do a podcast that isn't live, and that's the problem. We don't necessarily need to do it when we're trying to get it done. Is not when we want it live. We want to edit and all that other stuff.
Yeah. No, I get
And
it.
he's got a rollcaster, so he's trying to work with that. He just got that, and we're trying to.
Yeah,
We're not in the
we're
same
just waiting
place, and so that's
patiently.
why
We're
we're trying to do
waiting
it.
for
I know.
all the information, so that way we
I-
are able to watch it. So
But yes.
tell them all your socials, so that way they can find it.
Well, I have to.
Eventually,
It's
find it.
funny. I don't know all my socials because I never pay attention to any of that. Whatever I've given you, I've given you. But like, I have Lana DJ Lana Williams at on Facebook. You have my TikTok there. That's the one thing I almost never use, which is great. That's why.
Yeah, so
That's
we
why I
need to
love it being there.
we need to adjust all this stuff.
I know. My Instagram. Again, I have to open up my stuff just so I could see what do I have. But it is Lana DJ Lana Williams on my Instagram, and because Meta's just
It's all on the
merging
closing
everything and
credits,
making it
too.
all the same. What was that?
It's all on the closing credits.
It is. So
It is.
in my YouTube, I think it's Lana Williams 8668, something like that. That's my YouTube, and a lot of these shows go over there. So in the meantime, this is where to find me to find anything I might alert the public about.
Yeah. I mean, once you have your show ready to go,
Yeah.
I think I'll go through all the hosts and just have them resend everything that they need
Right.
to promote, so that way it can get put up there and make everything accurate again.
Right.
So, because we're gonna have to redo the closing and opening anyway, because we no longer have JP.
Right.
And we're going to be adding somebody else on. So,
Right.
So we'll have to do all of that stuff, soon
all right.
anyway. So.
A new 2026 look. Get it all organized.
Yeah. Well, let's get it all, good to go. That's it.
Yeah.
Right, wrap us up.
I'm wrapping you up. Let's see. What do I have to wait?
Just say bye.
I'm just saying bye, but don't I have to go? Don't I have to give you like the who's coming up in the next few days? Like, I'm not used
you
to
did
this,
that.
right? So
you already did Ron and Kenny.
I did Ron
tomorrow.
and Kenny.
I don't know
that's all
who's
you
going to
gave
do.
me.
It's probably going to be Becky and Chuck tomorrow. I mean Monday, rather.
Monday.
That's
okay.
as far
and
as
then
I
Tuesday
know.
you've got a new person. So you and Kenny tomorrow,
Possible.
and everybody follow us tomorrow, 10 a.m. Kenny
Yep.
and Ron, they're gonna be doing their thing, and then from there they will give you all the information going forward.
Absolutely.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
We've got it going on daily. That's what Ira would say, and that's because we've
Excellent.
got it going on daily.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye bye.